With all the news about wildfires in the past few years, this begs the question, just how are we fighting them? And is it enough? Fighting a wildfire is a world away from firefighting in urban areas. There's an entirely separate set of skills, equipment, and training required to properly deal with this problem. To understand the technology used in fighting wildfires, we first have to understand what goes through a firefighter's head as soon as they approach a wildfire with their team. Firefighters usually begin their operations by searching for lookouts, establishing communications, escape routes, and safety zones. In the U.S., this is dubbed as the LCES system. Through sticking to this system, firefighters are able to minimize casualties and formulate strategies on the fly with the aid of special technologies. Perhaps the most impactful recent technology that has changed how we deal with wildfires has little to do with directly putting them out. With the rise of unmanned aerial vehicles and small portable drones, firefighters now have the ability to get more information about a wildfire in real time. For example, commercially available drones manufactured by DJI, such as the now discontinued Matrice 600, have found use during the recent California wildfires. Such drones are often sent into the most dangerous areas of the fire to gather information where full-scale manned aircraft cannot fit through. We no longer need to endanger human lives for certain operations in a wildfire. All we need is a drone. Drones fitted with thermal cameras and radars, in addition to their usual array of cameras, are able to provide firefighters with information on the movement of the fire, giving them insight into which locations are safe to move through. Robotic firefighting systems are designed to analyze and locate fires, conduct search and rescue, and fire control and suppression. They are used to quickly extinguish any threats and can be equipped with automatic fire sprinklers and alarms. First up, we have the Thermite RS3, a robot specifically designed by How and How to fight fires. It has a robust structure that allows it to withstand high temperatures and can output 2,500 gallons of water per minute. Aside from this, it also sports a winch that is able to pull with 8,000 pounds of force. In 2020, the Los Angeles Fire Department added Thermite RS3 to its fleet, and it's still being used today. However, it has yet to be deployed in an active wildfire. Another great example is the Colossus, a remote-controlled robot that can assist firefighters in dangerous missions. Built by Shark Robotics, it can help put out fires, clear debris, and evacuate victims thanks to its high-pressure water cannon and strong all-terrain treads. On April 15, 2019, it aided the Paris Fire Brigade in putting out a fire at Notre Dame Cathedral. While wildfires may appear to be easy to spot, scientists have developed novel ways to locate emerging wildfires, allowing firefighters to respond quickly while the fire is still small. Descartes Labs uses cloud-based AI to analyze large chunks of imagery from NOAA satellites to spot wildfires within minutes. They use thermal imaging to search for hotspots or thermal anomalies, which are parts of the map where the temperature is particularly high, and then cross-reference this with thermal data from wildfires. To date, they have pinpointed the exact locations of over 4,700 fires throughout the U.S. They hope to expand their services internationally in the future, as most countries currently depend on human spotters to track wildfires. NASA, on the other hand, provides assistance both through their satellites and radar technology. Their scientists generate maps using satellite data that track active fires and mark areas that may be at risk. During the 2020 California wildfires, they used the Jet Propulsion Lab's radar to measure the height of the smoke plumes and the distance they traveled. This allowed them to coordinate with public health officials in the area, as smoke from wildfires poses a significant public health risk. Aside from NASA, The National Remote Sensing Center of the Indian Space Research Organization was also able to offer their satellite technology to aid in the assessment of the damage caused by the Bandipur wildfires in February 2019. With the use of satellite imaging, they were able to estimate the scope of the burnt area to be about 10,920 acres. While the use of flares to create smaller controlled flames to kill the wildfire's fuel has been in practice since the 20th century, new designs for flares called dragon eggs allow for a faster, safer, and more efficient deployment. These dragon eggs, manufactured by SEI Industries, contain a potent potassium permanganate powder that produces a delayed ignition after injection with glycol. This allows firefighters to safely perform indirect firefighting and work on preventing the wildfire's spread. Fire retardants and superabsorbent polymer gels. One surprising material that has found use in the production of fire retardants is the same stuff that those odd grow-in-water toys you played with as a kid are made of. Superabsorbent polymers. These polymers are often used as gels, usually as part of a slurry, to protect structures from catching fire. This is useful on the field as firefighters work to establish safe zones and make their way through a wildfire. They are also commonly used in film and TV productions to prevent actors and stunt doubles from catching fire. Admittedly, the rollout of new technologies in the battle against wildfires has been very slow. However, firefighters are optimistic about the future. With the growing ubiquity of technology, such as robots and AI, firefighters are looking forward to future innovations that will help them in the field and, in turn, save more lives.